Living in New York City, the pros and the cons. New York City is renowned for its iconic landmarks, distinctive architecture, rich history, and prominent reputation. When people from around the world think of America, they usually conjure an image of New York City. New York City offers a unique lifestyle to those who reside within the city limits, where each of the 5 famous boroughs boasts a different identity. Regardless of where you choose to reside, there are pros and cons to living in New York City, the city that never sleeps. Let's discuss the pros of living in New York City first. Number 1. Career opportunities. New York City is considered an economic capital and one of the most influential market cities worldwide. Thousands of companies have made New York City their headquarters and are frontrunners in many leading industries including finance, fashion, publishing, mass media, healthcare, manufacturing, and information technology. All these industries require a massive workforce, so career opportunities are abundant. These industries are growing fast, and there are endless opportunities to find employment, earn promotions, and even start your own business. New York City is a great place to live for career-driven individuals where networking is a way of life and opportunities are around every corner. Number 2. Higher salaries. While there may be ample job opportunities available, there are also intense competition to win these positions. Due to this competitive nature, the salary prices of jobs in New York City have increased. In turn, the higher salaries breed more competition. If you can earn an annual income of $100,000 a year, you will be able to live comfortably in New York City. Number 3. History and culture. New York City was settled in the early 1600s and quickly became the world's doorway onto the North American continent. This drew immigrants worldwide from the farthest corners of the globe. Hundreds of years and a wealth of diversity resulted in a city with unmatched history and a melting pot of cultural experiences. New York City's vast origins generated a modern city that boasts a cultivated identity. This is evident everywhere you turn, from the different architectural styles of buildings, the extensive variety of food served, the hundreds of languages spoken, the clothing and fashion paraded around, and the unique displays of art throughout the city. Number 4. Diversity. Since New York City is such a melting pot of cultures, it is considered one of the most diverse cities in the world. With hundreds of languages spoken and nationalities represented, there is a place for everyone to fit in. Many people move to New York City for a fresh start and to learn about different cultures all in one place. In addition to a diverse culture, you will find people who differ from you in religion, race, and political beliefs. You will be exposed to people who view life and the world much differently than you do. Diversity is considered a strength as different people bring different ideas to the table. New York City is a shining example of what diversity looks like. Number 5. Great food. New York City's rich cultural history is evident by the delicious array of food that is available. You can find food from all over the world prepared and served authentically at all hours of the day. New York City offers everything from a 5-star dining experience to street vendors and food trucks. Some of New York's most iconic foods are the hot dogs served by street vendors, New York-style cheesecake, pizza sold by the slice, and giant baked pretzels. Whatever you have a craving for is usually accessible within a few blocks of your location. No other American city can cater to this level of diverse cuisine. Number 6. Safety. Despite New York City's harsh reputation, safety is not a concern for most of the residents. Due to the constant buzz of activity, most streets are busy at all hours of the day, allowing residents to feel safer in the large crowds. Educate yourself on which areas to avoid and you will be free to move about the city without fear of danger. Most residents know to avoid Central Park after dark and which main streets to stick to on their commute home. However, just like other big cities, it is important to always be aware of your surroundings and practice safety. Number 7. Entertainment. New York City earned the moniker of the city that never sleeps for a good reason. If the residents aren't hustling, they are entertaining themselves. This city offers residents boundless means of entertainment. Home to some of the most renowned bars, nightclubs, and concert venues, New York City has an impressive nightlife scene. If drinking and dancing the night away does not appeal to you, there are about 85 museums and art galleries to check out. The libraries are also incredibly impressive, including the New York Public Library, which is the third largest library in the world. During the day, residents can explore Central Park, book a show on Broadway, and try classes for all kinds of activities. There is something for everyone to enjoy: painting classes, yoga, tai chi, music lessons, skateboarding. If you can dream it, you can probably find it in New York City. Many of these events are sponsored by the city and are free to the public. So even if you can't afford to spend money, you won't be stuck in your tiny apartment. Now, let's discuss the cons of living in New York City. Number 1. Cost of living. The cost of living in New York City is astronomically high compared to many other cities in America. Residents spend most of their paychecks on rent, which usually consists of sharing a tiny living space with roommates, shared amenities, and then adding utilities on top of that. Groceries, dining out, and other services such as laundry or transportation also cost more in New York City than in other larger cities. Some people try to balance the cost of living by residing further from New York City proper, however, they end up with a much longer commute. Ultimately, be prepared to spend an excess amount on even the basics, such as a drink. Number 2. Fast-paced lifestyle. People living in New York City are usually well adjusted to a fast-paced lifestyle. A common stereotype is that people from New York City are workaholics. This may not be entirely untrue, as many New Yorkers mix work with pleasure daily. The lines between a social gathering for fun blur into a networking event for your chosen career field. Many other residents consider their coworkers their closest friends. In a city where everyone is fighting to get ahead and living to hustle, slowing down and resting is not publicized. Number 3. Traffic. Another popular idea that is conjured up when someone hears the words New York City is the image of bumper-to-bumper traffic, honking drivers, and the classic yellow taxicabs. New York City is known for its noisy, chaotic traffic. In addition to horrendous traffic, parking in the city is a nightmare. Most residents living in New York City prefer to avoid driving by relying on public transportation as much as possible. Number 4. Transit complications. While public transportation may be a convenient and cost-efficient way to travel around the city for many residents, it can be fraught with complications. Some commuters risk their lives cycling on the busy roadways, while others prefer walking. The subway is a popular method of transportation, however, missing the train, route closures, and overcrowded rush hours are some of the hassles commuters must face regularly. These same issues arise with bus transit, however, you also add the extra stress of traffic. Number 5. Tourists. Since New York City is such a popular travel destination and one of the major travel hubs in North America, the city is usually overflowing with tourists. These tourists usually stick to the main tourist attractions such as Times Square, the Statue of Liberty, and the Empire State Building. However, many of them may decide to explore the rest of the city. This usually results in crowds of people blocking the streets, creating lines at your favorite restaurant, and snapping photographs of everything, including the most mundane features of your beloved city. Many tourists may even go as far as to ask you for directions. Number 6. Weather. New York City winters are harsh and unpredictable. Blizzards and snowstorms are annual events that cause all kinds of problems throughout the city, such as power outages and impassable roadways. Summers can be muggy and humid, amplifying the pungent odor of trash throughout the city. In addition to the stench of rotting trash, the rat population is much more active and noticeable in the summer months. Number 7. Homelessness. With a population of 8.8 million residents, there are bound to have some residents that find themselves without a place to live. An estimated 80,000 people living in New York City are homeless. Many of the people who are homeless suffer from mental illnesses or addictions that prevent them from maintaining a regular, healthy lifestyle. Conclusion: New York City is one of the most unique cities in the world. However, the city is not for the faint of heart. Do you have what it takes to thrive in this fast-paced environment, or would you be better suited for life in a small Texas town? You have heard the pros and cons of what it is like living in New York City. Now you have to decide for yourself. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe, comment, and turn on the notification bell.